All right, so we're going to take a look at some more real-world rational problems. And here's my first problem that I've created for you. Myra takes 2 hours to plant 500 flower bulbs. Francis takes 3 hours to plant 450 flower bulbs. Working together, how long should it take them to plant 1,500 bulbs? All right, let's think about this. Myra, her rate, she can really do 250 flower bulbs in 1 hour. Okay? There's my little notation. And then we have Francis. He can really do 150 flower bulbs in 1 hour. Okay? So then together, 250 for Myra in 1 hour plus 150 in 1 hour equals, well, we're trying to figure out together how long is it going to take for them to do 1,500. So we don't know what our variable t is. On the left-hand side, they have a common denominator, so we can do 400 over 1 hour equals 1,500 over t. Now we're going to cross multiply both sides by t essentially, and then we're going to divide by 400. So t is going to be equal to 1,500 divided by 400, which is going to be approximately 15/4, or you can say 3.75 hours. Okay? All right, let's take a look at our next problem. We have these 3 kids who can paint a room together in 2 hours. Okay, so we actually have a rate of 1 room being painted in 2 hours, and this is going to be our together rate. Priya can do it all alone in 5 hours. So her rate is 1 room in 5 hours. Okay. Paul can do it in 6. Notice I'm going to add them because they're working together to get this rate over here. Now Jamie, we don't know how long it takes for Jamie, so 1 room in t hours, okay? All right, so one way of taking a look at this is getting a common denominator. So I have a 2, I have a 5, I have a 6. It'd be really easy for them all to be converted into having a common denominator of 30, okay? So he's really 15 over 30. He's really going to be 6 over 30. And he's really going to be 5 over 30. Oops, didn't mean to make this an equals. This is a plus. And we still have plus 1 over t, okay? Next, I'm going to subtract the 6 over 30 and the 5 over 30 onto the other side of my equation here. Zoom out. So now we have 1530 minus 6 over 30 minus 5 over 30 equals 1 over t. So 15 minus 6 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. So 4 over 30 is equal to 1 over t. So now we're going to multiply both sides by t, multiply both sides by 30. So then we have 4t equals 30. And then we're going to divide by 4. So t is equal to 30 divided by 4. Now 30 divided by 4, that's going to be approximately 7.5, okay? So what this means in the context of our problem is it's going to take 7.5 hours for Jamie to do the painting job all by her or his self. All right, let's take a look at another problem. So we have Tanya and Cam who can both take care of a car and a vacuum in 2 hours, okay? So one job in 2 hours and another job in 2 hours. However, Pat needs 3 hours, okay? Now the whole problem is asking how long, if they work together, will it take? So one job in t hours. All right, so on the left-hand side, 1/2 plus 1/2 is just 1. So we really have 1 plus 1/3 equals 1 over t. Well, 1 is just really 3 over 3. So 3 over 3 plus 1 over 3 is 4/3. Now, once again, I still need to solve for t. My answer is not just 4/3. So I'm going to multiply by 4, multiply by t and multiply by 3. So 4t equals 3. So we have t is equal to 3/4, okay? So 3/4 of an hour, which is going to be 45 minutes. All right, let's take a look at this problem. One pipe can fill a pool of 1.5 times faster than a second pipe. All right, so we've actually just been given the rate for each individual. Let's let P represent the rate of our faster, or the time it takes for our faster pipe. And therefore the slower pipe is going to be 1.5 times P. Okay, so this is going to take longer time. So here's fast, here's slow. Okay, together it takes them only 6 hours. Notice that the one on the top just means one pool being filled. That's the job, okay? So now I'm going to need to get a common denominator, but all I need to do in this scenario is I'm going to multiply the first guy by 1.5 over 1.5. So we have 1.5 over 1.5p plus 1 over 1.5p equals 1/6. So we get 2.5 over 1.5p equals 1 over 6. I'm going to cross multiply, and so then we're going to get 2.5 times 6 is equal to 1.5p. I'm going to divide both sides by 1.5. So I get that my value for p is going to be equal to 10 when I type this whole expression in here. But the question asks for how long it would take the slower pipe. And the slower pipe is 1.5 times my value for p. So 1.5 times 10 tells me that the slower pipe is going to take 15 hours to do it all by himself.